My beautiful stars, reading time. All right, we're going for Heart's Hidden Secrets. Let's see what's going on for our beautiful main collective. Okay. All right now, there could be some influence around your energy at the moment, certain attachments. Maybe you're questioning certain peers around you, certain motivations of people. You could be a little bit stuck in the mind over something right now. Okay, to do with the divine masculine energy and silence. Okay, clearly this collective, someone you're connected to in the heart space, there's a little bit of silence here, so it makes sense with the influence. Maybe you think this influence is being affected, this silence is being affected or created because of certain influences around this dynamic. This card also says third parties, so it doesn't have to be love. Third party interferences could be family, friends, even sometimes responsibilities, like actual obligations to certain things. But frozen, no words, stonewalling. Whenever I kind of hear that stonewalling, it makes me feel there's a certain conversation or a certain disagreement, some form of challenge you faced with this person, and it was left in silence, right? So clearly there's an issue here that hasn't been resolved. Now, I will say this just off the bat, for you to be left in silence and stonewalled, let's be real, that's not really a divine masculine energy. So the fact that you've got these two here, but like, let's say if runner came out here or avoidant or something like that, it would make a little bit more sense, which is making me think this collective, even though you feel that there's this kind of energy going on for a reason, you're still viewing this person as a divine masculine, right? So straight off the bat, this collective, you clearly believe you're on some form of divine counterpart journey, some form of twin flame journey. But I just want to, again, I'm just being called to say it. Anybody that can leave you in this kind of state, especially in the middle of some form of challenge that you're facing and you're feeling stonewalled by this person, that is a wounded energy, wounded masculine, wounded feminine. Clouded, so you're questioning your judgment. There's a reason I say everything. Clouded judgment. There's a reason I just went into a bit of detail about this divine masculine energy. So you're either questioning your judgment on certain things, because as I say, as a reader, I'm not here to tell you how to feel, I'm here to confirm it. So again, you're either questioning your judgment on how you're viewing this person, but I also believe with this influence here, you think this person may have some clouded judgment as well. But this says illusions, unbalanced, distorted. I feel this collective, even though this has come up, why do I feel you're feeling a little bit fed up or frustrated? Like, I can feel my energy as I'm reading this. Like, I can feel this, I don't want to say irritation, but it's like, it's a little bit of annoyance. Is that even a word? Like, I feel the right collective when it comes to, it's like you have a frustration within yourself to even put this person in this category, right? Don't make it fit. There is something here you are really questioning how you're viewing this dynamic and the intensity you feel for this, and clearly giving this person way too much credit. Like, let's be real, even if it's just too much credit energetically. If you can have someone treat you like this, and let's just say for fact, this person does get easily influenced, that means they're prioritizing influences over this dynamic. Of course you're going to be like, why do I think this person is this or has the potential of this, right? I just feel this collective, it's like you're trying to break free from the shackles of this label, right? You're sick of excusing the behavior. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Like, I feel there's a spiciness maybe coming out of this collective. It's like you're finally having enough. For you to be questioning your judgment on this whole situation, like, I wouldn't say you're sitting here in pain watching this. I think if anything, you'd be a little bit angry, right? Especially feeling taken advantage of emotionally. And maybe in the past, like, if you would have a situation like this happen, it would put you in longing and pining and sadness. I feel the opposite's happening for this collective. It's going to be very intriguing to see what confirms this divine masculine energy. So saying it, I think this was you in the past, this hopelessness. But again, I think if anything, there's a frustration with ever letting yourself feel a hopelessness in this. I feel this collective, I'm hearing it. It's like you feel, and again, I'm just confirming the right collective's energy, but there's a reason I'm hearing this. It's like you feel you've wasted or you've lost so much time. Nothing's ever wasted, but I just feel right now in the energy that you are in, I think you're just back, like I'm seeing my clock, which I really feel this collective, this dynamic, this person that's connected to your heart space, you feel like you've just lost quite a bit of time here, right? This sinking despair, falling apart. As we were describing the feeling, I think that was you in the past. I don't think that's you now. I think it's you reflecting on how much this person has energetically drained you, right? And again, if this situation that you were stonewalled in and you're in the midst of feeling a sinking feeling and you just wanted compromise, you wanted to find a solution to something, and this person fell off the grid and went ghost, like, to be left in this kind of energy, like, that's terrible. So I think it's more you reflecting on maybe what you were going through in the midst of this person just shutting down, right? Where again, maybe in the past you would just crumble, but now you're thinking, has my judgment just been clouded this whole time? Have I just been sitting in an illusion? Has my outlook on this been distorted? How could I see them as this? Right, collective, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. Okay, let's confirm those two are meant to be. Influences. Family. Okay, so this collective, again, details for a reason. When it comes to what you think has influenced this, especially this person, family is a big one here, right? So clearly there's grievances with you and this person's family, vice versa. But when I first read this card, right, I was feeling this collective, you yourself, maybe when it's to do with your family right now, you could have a little bit of irritation or really be stuck in the mind over a certain dynamic, let it be parent, sibling, cousin, whatever it is. I feel as an actual detail to align the right collective, this isn't just feeling this person's being influenced by family members, but you yourself. I feel there's something maybe going on in a family dynamic for you right now, right? Which is maybe causing, again, a bit of frustration. Okay. This card here specifically is about kind of creating a family, but just with, there could have been opinions if you guys were trying to create a family or had started to create a family, I guess. But I think it more just aligns to the influence around this situation. But there's a reason I just said that. Okay. This divine masculine. Oh, good. Not good, but I just feel this collective, you're finally breaking free. And if you are a true divine, you will go through phases, right? But once you kind of break free from that obsessive fixation and excusing everything because you've literally put a label on it. No, they're my twin flame, they're my twin flame. Once you break free from that, it feels like the fantasy. It feels like it's just all these mirrors crashing around you, right? And I actually feel this collective, that's what you're going through. You're breaking free from the attachment of label and obsession, right? Because now you're seeing this divine masculine and this with this clouded judgment. Was this all fantasy? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this collective, you feel like you've been on the Delulu train for a while. And again, I'm just confirming your focus, but I always say this, I'm being called to say this. This journey was never about your external union with this person. It was always about your internal union, your divine activation, connecting to that cosmic child you have within, right? Finding that version of you that was lost before all of your shadow armor the world interfered with your magical soul, right? So it upsets me when I see, and again, it's kind of a phase you guys go through. You hold on to the external gain of what this journey you've envisioned it would bring into your life. And once that starts to shatter because you're seeing through this person's behavior for the first time and starting to put yourself first, it means you're really working on that self-value, self-love, self-appreciation. You guys can get so disheartened and you can think this whole journey was just crazy, where this journey was never about them. It was always about you, right? I'm being called to say that. But right now, this fantasy and imagining and it's I think this collective, you're coming, all the possibilities, all the potential, right? I always say this, especially if you believe you're a counterpart, take the label away until there's a divine activation in their soul. They shouldn't even have the blessing of giving them the twin flame label, right? No activation, no counterpart. You can't have a divine counterpart with one divine being, right? So again, just advice, if anyone is watching and you're more on the start of this journey, don't give them the grace of that label. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it until their divine activation. You're giving them too much credit, and then you're going to excuse this time and time again. You're going to keep yourself in this time and time again. Some of you guys can stay in the obsession fixation period for years. Like, I'm talking years, because you can't remove this. You excuse it all, right? There's a reason, again, I'm being called to say this. All right, the silence, whatever's happened here, I feel it was the final nail in the coffin for this collective. I feel this has happened to you time and time again with this person. They burnt that bridge. That's when the games backfire. When the games backfire. Silence. Okay, and maybe you are. It was the thrills of it, the excitement of it. Find true divines, because you've got such societal issues as well. It is so tempting, and it starts off kind of forbidden and naughty, and it's like it can be really enticing, especially if you've got a little bit of a sensationalist personality and you like an exciting life, right? But just the deep reflection of it all, it's clearly something you as a collective need to go through to break free from thinking that you're stuck in this clouded judgment, right? And just understanding, I've given this person way too much grace. I've way too much empathy. And in turn, I lack that empathy and understanding for myself. I always say you guys tend to put this person's trauma, but oh no, but they're this. Oh no, but they need to heal that. Oh no, but what is it doing to you? Every time they come through, they accelerate you tenfold. True divines, you're meant to amplify each other's triggers to get to amplify your greatness. So until you start amplifying your greatness, seeing your reflection, understanding the power of you, you're stuck on this loop of feeling delusional for God knows how long, right? Clouded judgment. The lust, look at these, you're not silly. The lusting, the thrills, the excitement, the fantasy of it. It's like this collective. Oh gosh, the forbidden, the sexual energy, and true divines, that department, it's magnetic, it is electrifying, right? It's so easy to hold on to this collective. You're breaking free. Give yourself a bloody pat on the back. You'd be going through a phoenix period. How long you were resisting to see this for fact, right? Okay, because you were holding on to this. Okay, the hopelessness over always craving for this new beginning. When are we going to come in to reconciliate the external? The external reconciliation. So again, you would have been a collective. You excused it all every time they popped in, even if it was a little, hey, how are you? So easily accessible because you were ignoring the behavior. You were ignoring the behavior because you were so focused on the end stop. It was like that, unfortunately, thinking you could go from a 10 of swords to a 10 of cups with a hey, right? It's like you guys just put this overly happy, kind mask on, this mask of unconditional love because you just want to fix it. But it's all a mask. It's all a mask. You can't say you unconditionally love someone when they're constantly hurting you and you're letting them constantly hurt you. All you're doing is building resentment, anger. All of this, look at how much you've had repressed, right? You've had all of this repressed in your soul because you kept excusing this. And now this collective, and everything happens for a reason. It's finally caught up. But it's good. It's good. Might be feeling right now. It's accelerating strength. You're coming into your empowerment spiral, right? And now we just need to break the habit. So when you guys get to this place, you get the strength, but the muscle memory of always craving them and they're my this, and it keeps coming in, but you got to break that habit, right? You guys find strength in self-empowerment, but then again, the little things that come up or certain silly signs, whatever it is, it brings you back to this, but you need to affirm your mind in strength when this comes over, right? It's just the habit of longing. Okay, before we keep going, I really just I quickly want to tap into this energy right now, and then I'm just going to see what's around your heart space, and then we'll see where this is going. Okay, let's actually get into detail about who this person is. All right, so we're going to do who they are, and I'm feeling I just want to see where the reading leads, but this might kind of it might end up being a you versus them. We just have to kind of see where it goes. All right, this person to this collective. This person to this collective. Sorry. I love it. Right now you're like, stop, do not cross, warning, step away. Sorry. It's good. Good. Okay, you think you're seeing things clearly, right? I know I want to see who this person is right now in their energy as well, their perception. They could be kind of quite black and white. They could be quite rigid when it comes to certain things that they, their beliefs, or they are someone right now. Let's just take it to them. However they're viewing this situation, they themselves are kind of seeing, I see right, like I'm seeing the right thing right now, right? So I always talk about perceptions. When you've got your truth, someone's got their truth. There is no point going at it, right? Until you guys can come to a state of compromise and adjustment. There's no point. And I'm going to be honest with reading this. I think this collective, you're finally seeing clearly. You're not veiled. You're not listening to your intuition. But I'm going to be honest. I think this person, and not just towards you and this situation, I think it's kind of, they've got a personality trait, my way or the highway. I'm seeing that shameless card. If you don't like it, that's your fault. It's kind of like my way or the highway kind of energy is what I'm feeling. It could be an air sign as well. As we said at Queen of Swords, wounded feminine energy, puts themselves in an ivory tower, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But again, the clouded vision. They think they're seeing the truth, right? They probably declare they're a truth seeker. One of those people, really harp up about the truth, where I'm going to be honest, if they're easily influenced, clouded vision, scattered, very calculating. It wouldn't surprise me if they're a very calculating kind of strategic person, kind of like a chess board in their mind. I don't think this person would be the most honest. They're probably someone, you know what I'm hearing? You know those people that can pride themselves in honesty, but they leave parts out of the truth because they think that's not lying. I'll tell you right now, if someone's purposely leaving parts out of the truth, it is just as bad as lying, and it's even more calculating. It's manipulating, right? So for them to come up as a Queen of Swords both way, wounded feminine. So again, ties with this, keeps themselves in an ivory tower. Probably someone as well. I did a reading a couple weeks ago. They really think they should be chased. They really think they're one of those kind of, I don't chase, I attract, women are like this, women are like that. Like I'm just seeing someone very influenced by their surroundings, right? I don't know if you're connected to someone that always needs to be with the boys, or like, I just definitely shine more in a feminine energy than a true masculine energy. I just, in my mind, I heard little princess. I don't know if that's something you've said to this person or you feel about this person. I think it's like you just have to walk on eggshells around this person. Very temperamental, rapid changing temperament. And people like that, especially partner-wise, it's terrible to be around. If you are waking up and you don't know what version you're going to get of someone, that is terrible for your soul, and it's terrible long-term, right? It's building up trauma. So 2 swords here is very important for this person. Gossiper as well. So maybe there's someone, and you would have noticed this, they could just easily talk terribly about people, judge people, family members, friendships, or work colleagues, whatever it is. You would have noticed this person just could be very judgmental and critical on others, which isn't a good sign. And I always say this, people that are judgmental and critical of others, it's sad because it's what they do to themselves. It comes from insecurities, right? And anyone that watches me all the time, insecurities in relationships. And we've got water sign here. Look at these 2 feminines, but wounded. I think when this person's armor's not up, right, you would have seen this emotional balance. Again, a lot of sensitivity. You would have had memories of this person being emotionally connected, even maybe a little bit psychically inclined, intuitively inclined. You would have seen this magical spark through them. Don't think they could have been a practitioner, but I just think it was more that spiritual pull that maybe you felt with this person as well. There's a reason you've put them in the divine dynamic. But this Queen of Cups in reverse, drama queen. The extreme highs and lows, the rapid changing temperament, not knowing what you're going to get from this person, wallowing, self-pity, right? Victim mentality, codependent. It's like this would have been a handful. When this person was broken, this is what you would have seen. This ups and downs. They would have been a major projector here, right? But always very calculated, always listening to others, always, especially with this clouded vision. If this person was very intuitively inclined, and even if they weren't a practitioner, but they knew that they had powerful intuition, they'd feel something. They would just believe it to be true. Remember this. It's like what they think, they believe. There's no other answer. It's what I believe is the truth, right? This person with a bee in their bonnet, you should be thanking the heavens they're choosing silence and stonewalling, because I'm telling you, the right collective, that wouldn't have been how they were when you were with them. Highly accusatory, constantly arguing. This is reminding me of someone that can hit walls and stuff, right? Child, broken child. But when they were in balance, their femininity that came out of them wasn't just a beautiful balance of emotion, but also logic, their empathy, their, again, sensitivity, their kindness, their loyalty. But you would have not just had an emotional connection, but an intelligent connection, an intellectual connection with this person. So not just beautiful physical intimacy, but emotional intimacy too. So it makes sense with why, because you remember the good, which is beautiful. It's beautiful. It shows your character. But when you're constantly being shown the bad, there's only so much you can hold on to the good before you are ignoring yourself and what you need, right? Making your trauma worse by excusing their behavior for their trauma, right? So this is very telling. Very telling. They could actually be a cusp baby. They could be a cusp of an Aqua Pisces as well. Okay, but Eight of Cups. You know deep down within, this does not emotionally fulfill you. But I'll tell you something, this person, as soon, because again, what they see, my way or the highway, that shameless approach to things, you wouldn't be the first person they've done this to. You would not be the first person they've done this to. They shut down. And when they shut down, they're walking away, right? So I just think this collective, you've been left in a state of this quite a few times. But again, because you were holding on to remembering past tense, what they had capability of, every time this happened, it would have set you in a tailspin, and it would have created this. And I see this with divines. Once those veils are on, it's like, where have you gone? Were you ever really there? Was it a mask, right? It's literally like they've just been sucked off to Mars. That angel is no longer present in their soul, right? And I just think the version you've had of this person since this, look at that, you've got 2 cups and 2 air here, so swords. Earth, why did I just say earth? There's a reason I said that. But air and water is important to tie you to this person for the right collect. Talking to myself. So Ace of Wands came out in reverse, and I went to say, and then I stopped myself and I said no. I was about to say maybe this person represses to a state of explosion. I don't think this person knows how to repress. I think they say something and they have verbal vomit. They're reminding me of someone that has a very toxic, volatile way to express themselves. Maybe now, because you guys are going through this, they just choose silence, right? But I definitely think in the past, this person didn't know how to sit on emotion and find center, right? This is when this reverse energy would come up and they would be highly reactive to things that they shouldn't have been reactive to. But one thing I do believe with this, the lack of direction this person has. So again, right collective, how can we see them as a divine masculine when they lack direction? So a true divine masculine, they're locked in, right? They are locked in on that path, willpower, mental discipline, action, truly sit in some form of success, but very well-directed energy, right? This person for the right collective, I don't think they've connected to what they're meant to be doing in life. I do think they lack direction. I just think this person could maybe be a little bit flaky, or again, prioritize being with the boys or the girls. Like, I'm just seeing someone that's not, you've either got someone, actually, I don't think they would be that young if they're coming out as queen energy, even if they're male. It's just the energy of this, or kind of Peter Pan syndrome. The boy, the girl that never wanted to grow up, right? this collective, you clearly, again, it shows the kind of person you are. You were holding on to the version of them that made you feel that profound kind of love. I get it, but I'm going to be honest, even in the good times with this person, their bad times, when their armor would come up, you would have been with a bit of a Jekyll and a Hyde here, truly. And what's the most alarming about this person is their lack of compromise in their mind. When they think they're seeing something clearly, there's no compromise. There's no compromise. And they can quite easily do this. It reminds me of someone that can literally leave fires, not tend to those fires, run to another situation, create another fire, and just repeatedly do this. This is part of this person's cycles that needs to be broken, right? Okay. So for the right collective, that should tie you to this person. Again, don't make it fit. All right. Let's see what's around your heart space. See how this goes. And we'll see what deck we're called to get next. Okay. I always say readings like this can sometimes shock me because I can feel the collective's energy running through me. I said it at the start, but for some reason, a part of my soul, I think this collective, you're pretty on the money here. But let's see. Okay, around your heart space. So this isn't what you're feeling, or although if you're a true divine, anyway, let's see. I always say your high priestesses, your oracles, your seers. But okay, around this collective's heart space currently. All right. Oh. Soul contracts being activated. But I always say, just because this person's tied to your soul contract doesn't mean that you're healthy and good. It's part of your soul contract. So you've gotten to a period in your soul contract you're meant to be feeling like this. So there's a cosmic alignment taking place for you right now. Got to get that deck next too. Okay, making healthier choices in love, in life, self-care, being happier. Now, detail. Because your actual contract's being activated, this isn't just about you thinking, I want to make healthier choices. You're doing things different. You are making healthier choices. Your fitness routine, you're more active, you're living an active lifestyle, you're doing things to make you happy. You've picked up hobbies, you're focusing on self-care, you're really putting energy into your internal glow. Maybe people are even saying, oh my God, you're glowing. What are you doing? Like, this collective, there's something about your actual energy changing. It's being activated in your contract. So you might think this frustration and especially if you just went through a hiccup, it's all being cosmically aligned. But this is another important detail for the right collective, especially because your contract's being activated. There's things changing in your daily life. There's things about your internal glow. And this is helping you with your self-appreciation, your self-value, right? Watch your whole thing. Don't make it fit. If you haven't done anything different and you're still doing the same old every day and you haven't been focusing on this, it's just not your reading, okay? Not that this collective you probably want, like, let's be real. I always say readings like this, no one wants to hear. Okay. Soul connection, soul contract. There's some agreement happening right now in your cosmic energy. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Oh my God. This makes sense because I'm actually talking to this collective like you're a divine, but you're just breaking free from a certain layer, right? So you got your soul contract, your twin flame card here. You could actually resonate with being twin souls as well, right? But this is around your heart space. So your journey amplifying your triggers to amplify your greatness. This is good. This shocked me. Oh God, these are good cards. These are good cards. Okay, the butterfly wedding rings are together and you got the balm tree. You could finally have broken a cycle here. Finally starting to shift those veils. Relationship evolving to the next phase through inner child healing and growth. So you're handling this whole situation differently than you've ever handled it before. Don't make it fit. This collective, the way I was talking about phases and you breaking free, this collective, you would feel it, right? You would know it. It's just that muscle memory, the habit that we've got to break you free from, right? Now, with this evolving to the next phase, you've got another one of soul contract here, but eternal love, everlasting promise, soul connection. Now, I'm hearing a couple things. This collective, you do have influences here. Now, I do find there are a big chunk of twins. You come from marriages, okay? So there could be marriages involved in this, but I am also hearing, especially if this collective, you and this person were on the path of this, right? Because whatever's evolving here, it's to do with marriage, soul connection, everlasting, and eternal love, right? We've got through all of your endurance, through endurance. Do you see the stability and the growth that's happening right now? No. Now, this flexibility is standing out like a sore thumb because I feel this dynamic specifically, you're as stubborn as one another. There is something about that Two of Swords in reverse. Watch the whole thing. It would never work in your dynamic. This would have created terrible communication. When it came to effective communication, especially through challenges, this is where you guys, you would never have lasted. And I'm saying that in a beautiful way, right? Normally, the twinnies, normally general reading, but there's a reason I'm coming up for the right collective, very short-lived. Very short-lived. It's like the universe dangles that carrot and then poof, off they go, shot off to Mars. Watch the whole thing. You guys, straight off the bat, as beautiful as it was, you would have started having friction within the first week of knowing this person. You guys wouldn't have even had a beautiful true love bubble phase. You guys would have started triggering each other pretty much straight off the bat, right? All right, let's confirm these. These two are going to be interesting. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Right collective. This is the phase you're in. So stay on this phase. And if you think by watching this, especially if this part goes good, it's going to soften you, maybe don't watch it just yet. Because this, truly healing your heart through these healthier choices, releasing toxic. I always say, true twins, you're more triggering than karmics. I always say you don't want to crave your twin flame. It's up. You come in as twins. This journey is to act your divine light. This is what makes you divine counterparts. Twin flames, you ain't divine. You're triggered messes, right? This journey is to find yourself. Whoever activates into that divine feminine energy first, you guys lead the way. You don't need to be female, right? But that's what I said at the start for you. Until there's an activation, don't even give them the grace of a label. Don't even give them a grace. They don't deserve it, right? Just how you guys, before you activated, you didn't deserve the label either. I always say, twins, you're the most trauma-filled souls. You've had trauma build up from a young age. Yes, you've always had your beautiful empathy, just like this person, that Queen of Cups that shines through them. You guys have done some shit in your life, right? Until you activate and do the work, don't give them the grace of the label. But this collective, this is your key right now, and it's being activated in your soul contract. So keep focusing on you, the things you love, the things that actually make you feel like you're healing. Stop enduring the rubbish. Stop welcoming it in, right? That's where the right collective's at right now. So stay firm. Stay in your power. All right. Okay, we got 2 for this soul contract. Oh, maybe you have finally shifted the veils. And remember I said a little hiccup. I think this collective, you've had a little hiccup. Why am I hearing 3? Would have been the past 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. Hold on, I want to get a dice. What dice do we get? Let's actually get a big dice. Let's get a big dice. 9. And that's a 20 number, the cycles. Okay, 9's important here. Breaking a cycle. Breaking a cycle, finally. But 9's important. Maybe you heard from them, this happened on the 9th, or like the 9th of a month, or they're born on the 9th, you're born on the 9th week, 9 weeks ago, 9 days. 9's important here, but especially with breaking the cycle. Very for this row. Let's actually get, I'm being called to get this to so September could have been an important, and there's that 3, and I'm hearing 3 for a reason. Okay, 3 and 9 are important. Again, don't make it fit, but since this, I think you've shifted the veils. I will confirm with contract next, right? Doesn't mean you need to soften though. You need to stand in your power. Just because you guys have broken the cycle, it doesn't mean that you've got to stay in strength. Okay. But now this not feeling enough, the frustration, the lack of confidence, everything you once felt, I think you're ricocheting, which means this cycle that was broken, you would have let it rip. And maybe that's why they chose silence, right? And I say this, especially with empaths, you don't want to get, empaths will cover because you're trying to understand someone. You're trying to understand what makes people walk the way they do. You sit with empathy. You have so much understanding for people's behavior. But you guys, without you knowing, your pattern recognition, it's like every time because you see through it. So there's these filing cabinets you're just building up of person's behavior, ego, their pride, right? Their shadow, because that's what you read, people's emotion. When that person finally pushes your button, it is like you return 1,000 daggers straight in their soul to rip through that pride and ego. It's like you've got snake venom that just comes out of you because of the memory bank. And this collective, there's a reason I'm saying it. So it wouldn't surprise me why this person chose silence. I think you ripped through their ego. You made them see themselves how they didn't even see themselves, right? It would have been a hard pill to swallow. Okay. Twins. Oh, maybe. But I always say, especially with the theme of this, you need to be new people, right? No more divine counterpart. It's the only way to let go of the old, right? I always say that with this journey. But also, I am hearing when this returns the right way, this is getting back out there, planning, setting the date. I'm not seeing this as, especially if this is a true divine, the way I've been speaking, like the theme of this reading, right? This is more, you're finally shifting the veils to truly create that aligned new energy you both need to embody, not just the feminine, right? I'm sticking to that. I will get the soul contract next though. Okay. Oh my God! Look at that. That's perfect pairing. So engagement, butterfly, wedding rings. The transition. I always say when true in the right way, both evolving, both in that divine connected energy. And yes, there's a chapter of healing. But you guys, as soon as that foundation and bond is put back in the dynamic, you guys kind of hit acceleration mode. Are you there just yet? No. But you're definitely evolving with the growth, the true growth that's happening, right? The shifting of energy that's happening. Is this more, maybe that's where that 3 ties in, because I'm hearing it again. Maybe a few more months here, but there's something here through now seeing endurance to create stability towards you, flexibility. This is good. This is very good. Perfect. So the reminiscing, wanting to make new memories, learn from the past. Now, one other really positive thing here. So this collective, get it outside of your mind frame because it's just adding to excuses. The influences. You do not have girl boy with a snake, you don't have snake, and you don't have third party interference. So right now around your heart space, there is nothing like that affecting it, right? Again, it's just an excuse to kind of excuse this person's behavior. Who cares? Who cares, right? They've done it. Veils. It's been done. But if there really was family interference affecting this person, the way they're moving towards you, it would have come out, right? There's veils. So don't even put thought into that. Okay. For the right collective. Sorry, I feel like I need to say that because people and discernment. All right. I just want to now get your soul contract, what's being activated. And then I really want to see actually your archetype energy and their archetype energy. All right, what's being activated right now? Oh, look, the only card that's up, the perfect timing. So this was meant to, it's coming, number 19, perfect timing. What's happening right now? Culmination of all of your efforts, something that is unstoppable. This says standing the test of time, but reconciling past, present, future versions, right? Oh my God. And, oh my gosh. Okay, this just came to my mind straight away. Whatever happened here, it was divine intervention. You probably, as this came in, were giving this person the benefit of the doubt. It's like you got triggered into this anger for a reason, because I feel the divine jumped in here. I always say when I can't believe you got those two in a row. When divine intervention takes place, so we all have our destined path, right? But free will can push us off our timeline. But when you are destined for big things, divines especially, when you are too far off your path, divine intervention kicks in, normally through a storm, to realign you back on that timeline, right? Whatever happened here, it was perfect timing. So the way this came in, the timing it came in, it would have been completely perfectly aligned cosmically for you. But I think this collective, you were so close to dealing with this situation, how you always dealt with it. It's like you got a surge of seeing through these people from these people. Oh, there's a reason I said that. This person from the divine. So you are reflecting on everything, and you probably did lose your absolute banana, but it came from up above. You were meant to see through this person. And remember, everything I say is for a reason. Oh, hey, it's like you were not meant to do that again this time, right? It was the divine that kicked in with this. And right now, the divine, and this is activated in your soul contract right now. Okay, so divine intervention, 2 of perfect time. You were meant to find your duality, and that's what this whole journey is for. This whole love and light, it's absolute rubbish. Everything has a balance, and you guys lose your voice. People that activate into some form of spirituality, some form of enlightenment, you guys are not doormats. It's a balance of your sugar and spice, right? You need to find the in-between of emotion. It can't be extremely nice and extremely abruptive. It needs to be balanced. And this collective, you've always lacked duality when it comes to this person internally, right? I always say this journey is to activate first your internal yin and yang. This all had to happen. So whatever extreme outburst you had, it was all of that piled up stuff, first part, that needed to unleash, right? It's that horse energy, unleashing the inner beast. It ascended you, and you're going through an ascension now. As above, so below. Balance, more light codes. You're receiving more light codes right now. Number 19, number 16. It's developing. It's alchemizing. The storm you are walking right now, you are alchemizing. Transforming, ripening well, finessing, developing over time. number 4, 16th of the 4th, 19th of the 4th. And you, feminine strength. So we've let it out. Now we've got to find out duality again to the situation. This collective, you've excused so much. The only way to find balance with that frustration, irritation, I was feeling at the start, you have to ride the wave of it. And you'll come back into your center. Okay? Number 29. One more. Overcoming the obstacles, but with a centered heart devotion. Doesn't feel like it right now for this collective. It's all had to happen, right? Lines could be an important sign for you, but your self-esteem, finally, seeing yourself, a huge part of this. You will overcome difficulties, but this clearly needed to happen. The divine made sure of it. You weren't supposed to excuse this BS no longer. You were actually prolonging by what am I trying to say? By you continuously excusing it, you were prolonging your destination, right? Especially for an external reconciliation. And I say this to you guys all the time. You get shown this. It doesn't matter how nice you are, how accepting. They're going to keep running. That's not the point of this. It's to find your internal you, right? So they can find their internal them. And this collective, you're finally starting to understand that. Okay, perfect timing. Strength! The strength that came over you. Understanding in your infinite potential. You can't learn to guide that hurricane constructively when you're just letting that hurricane bubble, right? It's, again, that compassion, understanding, all of that was meant to go back towards yourself. You've given this person way too much, and that's what's built up emotion. But now, she's making you stand in your power. And remember the first part, the muscle memory, the habit. Every time this comes over, stand in your strength, your confidence. Understand what you deserve, divine or not. Divine child, you're a lighthouse. They will never see you until you see yourself properly. Leo could be an important sign here. So, I'm just going to say it because the reading comes for a reason. So there is something with perfect timing, again, being activated in the next 7 to 14 days. And remember what I said before, just because you've finally broken a cycle, it doesn't mean next, especially if it's interaction, means you go back to how you were, right? You finally found your voice. You finally are starting to understand what you really deserve. Don't be bamboozled by words, all right? Actions. All right, this divine intervention. Oh, you were getting too tempted to the magnetic desire, right? Remember the hopelessness over the new beginning. You were this close to doing the same thing again through the temptation. Divine wasn't going to let it. They were not going to let you fall short to that magnetic pull once again. You've prolonged your cycles because of it. The attraction, you guys, it happens for so long. One more for that, please. Anyone that watches me regularly, I always compare this card to that Daniel documentary where everything in his soul was telling him to take the bloody rock. But it was him being tempted. It was him being tempted by his shadow. Even though every fiber of his being told him to take it, look what happened when he took it, right? And that's the situation you're about to fall short to again. They're helping you. You got the Celtic knot over this to truly surrender and believe. If this love is legendary, let it be legendary. Feel this love before falling short to this and the breadcrumb by surrendering your story to them. Not excusing all of this unconditional love BS when you're not being treated that way. Unconditional love, legendary, divine union, eternal love, enduring, connected, love of a lifetime. So the divine had to kick in to realign you to your destiny because you kept falling short to this. So focused on the end stop without putting the stepping stones in place to achieve that end stop. Very nice. 24. Developing. Oh, good. So remember I said this collective, you rip through that ego. Don't make it fit. The fox. So by doing what you did finally, finding your voice, letting this person know, you ain't silly, you see through it all. What's now developing? Their self-interest. And that's how I was describing this person in the first part. Their deceit, their cunning behavior, their sleight of hand, something never feeling right. It's always felt off, but you kept excusing it. No more. Not for this collective anyway. 14th of September could have been important here. Your energy. Talking to myself, but I was literally saying switching the veils, opening them up finally to the compromise, compassion, understanding, right? Activating their true femininity, not their broken feminine, first part, to connect to their higher self, and you connect to your higher self, right? Rising above, right? Focus, changes, higher self connection, third eye, far-reaching vision. 29th, oh, well, there isn't a 29th of February. 292 could be an important angel number. All right, it's lion. So important animals here, fox, falcon, lions. If you're seeing a lot of foxes, it's confirming the manipulation that was behind you. They're a little animal of manipulation. Oh, perfect. Do you feel this right now? No. You could have seen ducks as well. So through this line, overcoming the difficulties, finally centering the heart the right way, deeply committed, uncommon bonds, manifesting your deepest desires, even though it doesn't feel like it right now. All in for what you love, reawakening lost hope. It'll come. It'll come. But I just want to make it clear. Right now, this collective, what's activating in your soul contract is development, is balance, right? Internal strength, internal confidence, believing in yourself, learning how to guide that emotion and balance your duality. To learn to really surrender this, remove the face. You are a divine child, you're a divine being. You have a divine counterpart out there who cares who it is, right? Just giving this over to spirit, understanding how you deserve to be treated. If there is anything coming here within the next week or two, or whenever this does pop back up, there's still balance taking place, right? You are just starting to develop in your contract, developing over time, breaking free from this. Your middle row, that needs to be completely illuminated before you're moving forward, right? So just from what I can see, advice right now, just keep focusing on that healthier choices for yourself. Keep focusing on you. Every time this person comes in, reaffirm it, right? Remove the habit of this person, the longing and the desire of this person. Let's get one more for this fox and this wine. Oh, you got the field of the third party then, which it wasn't around your heart. Perfect. Attitude is everything. Cool, calm and collected, standing in your power, choosing independence and freedom. That takes time. And by the looks of it, this collective, you'll know, and I always say you guys know when it's time because they come in and completely different. If there is a lot of this in your dynamic, that would be, you've got to remember how you perceive them in that first part. They have that strength of that Queen of Swords, truth and honesty within them, right? That seems like a huge puzzle piece here for this collective until there is, and it's funny, your last card's 9 and the dice roll. There is clearly truths and things that need to be spoken. So without those truths, without the consistent action, there's no point. There's no point bringing your boundaries down. Okay. All right, one more overall. Boss. Keep focusing on your mission. Keep focusing on your path. There is strong energy being activated, protective energy. And remember, you're protected. Your journey is protected, right? That's why the divine's always playing here in your energy. Okay, I just want to get you one archetype energy, because this would have created some form of ascension energy shift. And I want to get one for them. Hold on. All right. And then we'll see how they're reflecting on this situation. Just to confirm that grieving and mourning, because it's clearly not this collective. That little black deck with your soul contract. And I'm on the fence if I get tarot or just these twin flame energy cards you need to work on. The vessel. That's how you're shining. You're... Oh. Remember your power. Your womb space, your sacral space would be very activated right now as well. Then the ocean. Oh, and look at that at the bottom. The bridge between two worlds. Remember right at the start, I'm just hearing this straight away. Remember right at the start, and I had that deviation about just because things are going awry emotionally here and you're thinking, oh, this was just a fantasy, it was this, it does not and should not affect you and your belief in your divine journey. You are proof in the pudding. You are a vessel of light. You're a vessel of connection. You are a divine child, right? So I think right now your energy, because I could feel the frustration and the irritation in that first part, just because emotionally, belief system that you guys are breaking free from is making you think now because of this, and you're finally seeing through it, and you were in an illusion, you were crazy, clouded, judged. It does not, is the word negate, anything from your path and who you are. Until the veils shift, it's a huge part of your true story. Those veils need to shift. Their activation needs to take place. Remember, you are a vessel of light, of strength. Everything you've learnt along the way. True divine knowledge that runs through you, that bridge. Okay, just remember that. I'm seeing that as just one big bright star. And I always say we all have that beautiful stardust that just runs through our veins, especially divines. You have a big mission in this world, to teach this world about understanding, non-judgment, true unconditional love, acceptance. But you guys need to learn that. Where this is why you all just think, oh, love, and that's not it. You have to truly understand the meaning of it. We talk about this all the time. We talk about when you endure and you don't understand that it's your trauma that excuses this stuff. It's not the mask of unconditional love. It's your trauma, right? You need to understand what you deserve. You need to understand the person you are through knowing your morals, needs, values, all of that stuff. When someone doesn't align with it, magnetic pull or not, it's not to judge them. It's to see their greatness, but to also understand there's certain things within your soul, there's certain things with your moral compass that doesn't align to me. But I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to set you free. Because those things might align completely perfectly with someone else. It is not my place to judge you. I understand you, and I understand there's not one person in this world that does not have some form of trauma tied to their soul. There's not one person in this world that is perfect. But when you constantly excuse someone's unfortunately bad behavior in the mistake of, oh, they're this, they're that, they're my divine, oh no, but that's my family, oh no, but that's it, you will never be able to truly understand them and not judge them, because you're letting them hurt you. You're letting them misalign with you. Your choice. You guys are meant to teach this world it is possible to forgive and forget. by truly understanding someone, why they move the way they do. This is why true divines, those societal issues, those obstacles, the opinions, and it's all embedded in your dynamics to teach this world love is love. But for all walks of life. But you cannot truly learn that without seeing and understanding yourself. And letting go of the things, people, that make you harbor pain and resentment and fury. By choice. By choice. Anyway, let's read, hold on. The ocean, the unconscious, the depths, the incomprehensible. The power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into this salty water is to step into the unknown. By its sheer volume, the ocean represents the unconscious, all that is beyond the understanding. This is what this person's in right now. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, or own it. And isn't it funny? Because as I was explaining to you how to really understand the meaning of all those qualities, I was holding the ocean card. I was holding this card. But it was more me holding this in my mind because this person connected to you. They're not all of those qualities that this main focus is for this collective, but because you've excused the broken soul for so long, it's tarnishing your true view on them. But again, your choice. You're trying to claim something, you're trying to own something, you're trying to make a puzzle piece fit in a puzzle spot that it's not ready to fit into, right? By choice. So that whole mask of, oh no, but it's all rubbish. And I said it in the first part, how can you unconditionally love someone that just keeps hurting you? People say, oh no, it's because no, it's your trauma. It's your trauma. Because this collective, you can see it is not unconditional love because of the anger that's built up, right? It's putting the label on it and trying to put that puzzle piece in that spot before it's ready to be put in, right? And this is their energy right now. So they're going through certain lessons of this themselves. And true divines, you reflect lessons. It's what penetrates through those magical threads. So right now, and that very first card, I felt there was influence yourself you were dealing with. What lessons are you learning? Who are you judging in your life right now? Who do you not have that acceptance for their behavior or their decisions? Watch from the beginning, because there's something with this activating in you. Not just to, and I say this with lessons. The universe doesn't just try and show us lessons in one area. They try and do it in all different areas. So if you can say that you unconditionally will love one person, but then, and I was hearing family, but judging family, friends, siblings, this and that, you're not learning the lessons of your true divine mission, right? And it all comes to seeing the worst in someone before seeing the best in someone when triggered, right? Again, watch from the beginning, otherwise this isn't going to be making sense. So they're trying to teach you as well the lesson of the ocean right now. Yes, this person's done wrong, but I said it before. This collective, from the very first week of knowing this person, there would have been obstacles that you kept excusing because of magnetic draw. There is no way, and I know this day and age is love at first sight and this and that. If you can excuse someone's terrible behavior from the first week of knowing them and ignoring those flags, that is your trauma. I don't care what anyone says, okay? I don't care what anyone says. And this collective, from the very start of this connection, you were shown this needs to be put at an arm's distance. It needs healing. It needs transformation, right? Anyway, you're both being shown lessons of this right now. It rejects every attempt to dominate its nature. You can't be people's saviors either. It's surrendering it to the divine, trusting that the divine takes care of however many billion people are in this world, right? It's not your job. You can't accelerate anyone. anyone's healing journey. Family, friends, I always say it might not be their lifetime to learn, but that's not your burden to carry, right? Just before you activated some of the decisions that were silly and maybe things you hold shame and guilt and regret. We all have certain things that we have done in this world, right? But you are not in charge of someone's healing journey or soul activation, especially if it's not their life to activate. And once again, in all areas of your life. Okay, yet amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, and invigorates our life on the land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. When the energy of the ocean is present, there is change stirring that is beyond any change you've ever known before. Both of you. The ego must dissolve. Truth. And why part of this collective, part of your unleashing the inner beast was dissolving this person's ego and holding a mirror up to them that they were refusing to see, right? The saline swells work on every cell, your fibers, your deepest underlying beliefs. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean's froth with a new being. Life is change. Let the waves crash. So when in light, deeper than deep, big dreams, discovery. When in dark, which this person would be right now, subsumed, feeling like they're drowning, feeling polluted, and being quite unpredictable. This, just remember the power of you. You were sent here to shine light. You were sent here to teach this world. What 1% of you. We say there's 5% of activated population. The light workers, the star earth angels, the light warriors, the divines. You all have different missions to put into this world. That is what you guys are meant to focus on. We talk about it all the time when reading divines. Remember your vessel. Remember your miracle. You both. Big lessons being shown in personal lives, not just within your dynamic. So understand that. Okay. All right. I just quickly want to see what this person's reflecting on, and then we're just going to get energy cards for you guys. It's not about what's coming next here. You just need to focus on you. Okay. I want to get these. And I'll get intention right now. They're confused. And they would be. They're feeling lost. They're feeling invisible. They're feeling a void inside. And they're running away. They're consumed in that ocean, but they feel like they're drowning, right? So they're not seeing their ocean perfectly just yet, but neither is this collective. And you'd be getting, I think it's more lessons with family right now, or work colleagues, or you'd be getting your own lessons. Sneaky. So you would have called them on their snake behavior. Be careful. This says fake profile. They're hiding behind a fake profile, hiding themselves, plotting, strategizing. But there's something going on through social media right now. Okay, this is their focus, which is confusing them more. Remember the wine with the fox. Until that is healed and recognized within them, they need to they need to recognize these qualities and be confident enough to speak up about them and this behavior, right? There's no point. Terms. Oh gosh. Working out, negotiating with you, begging. Whatever you've said to this person, I don't think they're going to come and beg him right now. They're confused. Remember I said, I don't chase. That's kind of the outlook I was feeling in the start, right? But this person knows the only way back to you now with whatever this collective has said is no games. It's putting everything on the table. They know it. So you've done the hardest step. You've put the boundary, the ultimatum up, right? But now you need to stay strong. I always say this, if you are someone that you've and voice your needs and wants, and you've put it on the table and someone returns, they have every single word that you've said in the back of their mind. But human nature, especially with, and especially veiled, they're going to try and test that boundary, right? Don't let that boundary be tested. Stay firm. This person ain't stupid. They know. The only way to fix this is put all their cards on the table. This collective, you rip this person a new one. Don't even make it fit. And again, that was the divine activating in you. Their dream state. Pregnancy. You got family. So that I've got so many collectives here. This right collective, there is a pregnancy detail because they're reflecting on it. So you've clearly said something that's made this person because they're reflecting on it. Now, I know this is with dreams. They could be dreaming that they want to have a family with you. They could have had a dream of a spirit baby, which I find a lot of you guys have. When your spirit baby chooses you, attaches to you, you normally dream of them, right? So this person could have had a dream about this. And you know those really vivid dreams? It can just activate so much pull towards your person as well. It wouldn't surprise me if through the astrals right now, they would be dreaming of you. And they could have had a dream of this. But I'm hearing all three deviations for that. Okay. Let's confirm. Okay, emotions running high. But water sign could be important. Remember the water and air signs. But they could also be confused about, you didn't get anyone around your heart space, but this collective, there is something that and I told you not to put focus on it. Whatever it is, it's not big enough to really be affecting this dynamic. But if there is an attached energy that maybe they're hearing some things from, it could add to the confusion, but it's all meant to happen. It's not affecting it in a negative way. You guys are clearly not ready to come into alignment. So whatever confusion is here, if it is an attached energy, family, friends, love, whatever, but this confusion is making their emotion on high acceleration, which wouldn't be good either. That's BS. That's where this reading all started to you guys thinking this person was your divine masculine, right? The very first, watch the whole reading. They're confused about this, their emotion, their divine masculine strength. But so they should be, because this person don't treat you that way. Okay, you got sneaky and facade. So they wear a mask because of their sneakiness. So they would treat you a certain way because of all their sneakiness in the background. Putting on a front, they're a people pleaser, weird behavior. And this collective, you've had enough of the weird behavior. So not just sneaky, but they mask their sneakiness, right? Oh, so they present disinterest, a cool cat, big bravado, and inside it's all because of what's hidden here, what they've been doing in the dark. And again, the terms they know. They need to put it all on the they've been a clown, let's be real, but worried about feeling humiliated, feeling ashamed, the red-faced. So again, you 1,000 daggers through that ego, this collective. Oh, they'd be feeling literally like a clown. I reckon you called them on this. They feel humiliated. Very triggered by a pregnancy here. So I think, remember the first deviation, you brought something up here. But if it is wanting a family or the dream state, all three deviations could have created a trigger. One more. Two more. New boo, what does that mean? Happy place. Maybe they think you're seeing someone new. That would make sense with maybe confused emotionally if you have connected to a divine masculine, but maybe they dreamt of you moving on with someone. Especially if you did rip at them and you've never done that before. Maybe they think it's because you had someone in their life. But I guess as well, there could be about you. It could be them. It could be them a little bit, but I think it's more energy towards this, especially because you the reckoning, right? Maybe they thought, if you've never spoken to them like that before, they could have thought that reckoning came because you had found strength and you were moving on. And then that at the bottom, union. Not just yet though. All right, I just want to get 3 intention cards. You can see it's starting to bubble, but they're still not completely, they're still trying to conceal. They have the sneakiness, the facade, feeling humiliated as a huge focus. So that's, this person's pride has really been affected. I just can't see that 7 to 14, that in the universe's part being anything to do with this. They'd be embarrassed. The societal issues, the difficult differences. So they're going over the blocks here, which we brought up a couple times in this collective spirituality, cultural differences. But again, age difference, marriages, sexuality. You guys have big roadblocks, like the divine dynamics. But they're going over how your differences drove you guys apart. Number 12. Pisces, absolute security. What they envision love should look like and this, and they painted a picture in their mind. So when it wasn't, I don't like this card, but they're starting to realize they were never seeing this right. I had an idealistic view on what relationships should look like. You've challenged that perspective and made me question my whole value system. The ocean, they are. I didn't understand what you were trying to teach me then, but I do now. They're in deep reflection, which is good. And then you've got the forgiveness. But I don't think this is because they're too embarrassed right now. They do... Oh, and this says something about guilt. I'm seeking your forgiveness, even if I can't utter the words. I'm trying to also forgive myself for treating you unfairly. I'm hoping I can quiet my guilt, their shame, right? And you've got 1221. You could be seeing 1221. You could be watching this at 1221. Let's get one more. Still juggling. It's like it's starting to brew and balance, but you can see it with the universe's part. You've still got a lot to kind of get through emotionally right now. And this collective, one of the biggest things is the things you're focusing for self, because it's putting you into that strength energy. Okay, let's just get a couple of these. Energy you need to focus on. Oh my God, yesterday, was it yesterday's collective or the day before you got the equinox Saltese card? Someone said it's March the 21st. So until March, and we were kept hearing 3 in this reading. So until the next Saltese or equinox, this is what's going to bring an important shift for your dynamic. So anything that comes before then is irrelevant. It is irrelevant. I've got to draw another card for that. A love like yours can change the world. Mission, truth, and divine. 1% of you guys. Very rare teaching to embed in this world. Takes time. 1111. Destiny. Hold on, I want one more for this equinox. And maybe that's the shift that starts to come over them. Their belief in it. Or... So the shift that... Union! Not that you'll come into union, but there's a big... This is an important shift to bring you guys into this. Your love will manifest through the union of heart and mind. Expanding these areas allows your love to grow. I think this next equinox, Saltese, it's more them. I think it's their 5D perception of things start to shift. That's what I'm feeling here. So... you right now, just keep focusing on you. Keep focusing on your divine mission, your blueprint, what the divine energy embodies, right? What are your teachings? How are you walking through the world right now? Just self. Focus on self. Okay. And you would be very telepathically connected right now. You're switching your veils. Number 10. It amazes me when we say the same thing at the same time, finish each other's sentences. I don't think it's the weird social media stuff. So you'd be posting things, saying things, wearing colors, they're wearing, like, I just feel they're starting to, one thing that's really accelerating their 5D belief is how telepathically bounded you are without you even knowing. And this would be activating them, this weird social media stuff. It's like the universe is showing them the power of soul connection through your telepathic bond, right? And this collective, you don't even know it. So just advice, whatever karmic ties, which you have a lesson with right now. Remember your remember your purpose, your mission. It's not just about showing this person this acceptance and understanding. Anyone you're judging, anyone you're being critical, anyone you're like this, right? And watch from the beginning. Release your own karmic attachments and karmic views on people. He says, I'm feeling controlled by people around me and I don't like it. It's pushing me to find my power again. It's not about, and 10, 10, 11, 11 sign. Don't let those people bring out the old version. I always say it's really hard around family or childhood friends because as you're changing, they've still held on to the old version of you. They don't believe in the soul trance. It takes years for them to really believe in it. And you start to realize when they're starting to really accept this because you guys have, there's a reason I'm saying this. You guys are the cycle breakers, right? But it takes time. So you guys try and push your spiritual woo-woo on them. They ain't ready. They're holding on to the old you. You know when they're ready because they start to do things like you or ask you questions, or you see your mannerisms, your teachings rubbing off on them with the advice they start to give. But it takes time. It takes time. But when you see those things happening in your family or childhood friend dynamic, you know you are breaking cycles here, right? But before that happens, they're holding on to the old you. So when you come in, new you, they're still treating you as the old you. So what comes out of you? The old you. Don't let that happen. You're meant to be that example, right? There's a reason I'm saying this for this collective. You yourself have things not that are controlling you, but are bringing out the past version of you. Don't let it happen, right? Again, watch the whole reading. Patterns. Break your patterns. Talking to myself. So patterns came out, and this is about childhood wounding sign. So just how we were said, the very first card in this whole reading, this collective, you were getting so many lessons from family right now, as this person is. I went into a huge deviation. I don't even know how long I was talking. Anyway, happened for a reason. I was giving examples about it, but anyway. Communication. I wanted to send you a message today, but I was afraid to because they're ashamed and guilty. Who cares? Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. So when this comes over you, are they watching? Are they this? Are they that? The habit you're meant to change in your mind right now. Again, watch from part 1. I don't know if you want to hear from me or if I can say the right thing to you. I promise you right now, this collective, this person cannot say one thing that is going to take that anger out of your soul right now. You may think if they can, you are in the middle of flame and it's coming from up above. Trust just how the universe aligned this perfectly. When it's time, they'll do it again. Let's just get 2 more. Another community. You got 10, 10, 10 here. I watch you on social media. Creep. Sorry. And the internet. It's my way of staying close to you and finding out more about you. The universe is making sure of it. Telepathic messages. 101, angel number. Another mission one. You got 2 more here. Our mission is unconditional love. Huge confirmation for that deviation. Remember that. As divines, that is your job here. To teach the world this, but you need to learn it first, the right way. Watch the whole thing. Clearing our programming belief system is necessary part of truly opening up your heart. All of this society's expectation, you have, and I'm saying this in the nicest way for this collective, I love yous, and watch from part 1, otherwise it's not going to make sense, it'll trigger you. You have never truly unconditionally loved this person. You were bounded by your trauma. You're excusing it because of your trauma. I promise you right now, watch from the beginning. You will know true unconditional love when you can let them go because they do not align to you. Accepting them. I know there is such a beautiful version in you. You are but you just don't align with me, and that is not your fault. That's when you'll know you unconditionally love them, because you've let the bird go without anger, without which you're sitting in now, frustration, irritation, thinking you had clouded judgment, thinking you were in a fantasy, thinking this, thinking that, thinking that. You have never, ever unconditionally loved this person. You're excusing their BS within the first few days of knowing them. It was your trauma needing that companionship, not on love at first sight. No. Watch from the beginning. And I know that's going to upset some people, but it's the truth. You haven't learnt the true meaning of this, and you are getting examples with your family. You're getting examples with friendships, strangers, whatever it is, right? We went into detail about it. The universe is saying, learn your mission. Learn your mission. Find the duality. Find the duality. You cannot be love and light without understanding darkness. You can't. And especially in others. How can you see the light in others if you don't see their darkness and accept their darkness and release them? Understand. That comes first. And until that happens, you're just moving slowly but surely. I need to move slowly with this, but trust I'm moving even when it seems like I'm not. Small steps, big accomplishments. I love you guys. For the right collective, that wouldn't have triggered you into heard that. That would have been like a penny. Maybe a hard penny, one that went bang, but you all have your own missions here, and divines, that is your mission. Okay. Charmies. Trust in the divine, the golden elixir, which means you are so energetically connected. So just keep focusing on you and your own ocean energy right now. Sailing off from the storm. Thailand, Indonesia, travel. You could be wanting to travel. You got the 2 perseverance charms. The perseverance bell and the perseverance elephant. Luck is on your side. In this journey, it's about perseverance. Commitment getting tested day in, day out, especially yourself. All right. Important days, birthdays, memories. 12/12. My 12/12/20. 17th of December. 2nd of the 3rd, 3rd of the 2nd, 121. Or 2nd of the 12th, 12th of this month. 8th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 8th. 2 by itself. 4th of the 1st, 1st of the 4th, 1st of the 6th, 6th of the 1st, 161, angel number, 16th of the 1st, literally 161. That's clearly important. Maybe you need to look that angel number up. All right, my loves. I love you guys.